All right, folks, let's go to South Carolina, where a South Carolina freshman says that a teacher attacked her in the hallway because she was walking during the Pledge of Allegiance. Now, the teacher is still working. The parents have filed a civil lawsuit against the Lexington School District One and that teacher, Nicole Livingston. Now, the minor, known as MB, was walking in the hallway of River Bluff High School on November 29th when Livingston approached and appeared to pin the 15-year-old up against the wall. According to MB's parents, Livingston has yet to be reprimanded. Now get this, there are two videos of the same incident telling different stories. Joining me now is Fynale Harrington and Shavell Barnwell, the parents of the student, and their attorney, Tyler Bailey. I am, okay, so let's just start here. Let's start here. And either one of you can let me know this here. Is this a daily thing where the students in all of the school must recite the Pledge of Allegiance?
So, Roland, here in South Carolina, every morning schools announce the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. But the law does allow for students to not participate in the Pledge of Allegiance in a non-disruptive manner. So on this day, what you see, the Barnwell's daughter's walking, and there's a teacher saying, stop, stop. She's minding her business, walking through school like she does every day. So every day in South Carolina, it's in our Constitution that they do announce the Pledge of Allegiance, but students have a right to participate or refuse to participate in a non-disruptive manner.
Now, again, according to this story, Fynale and Shavell, MB was walking down the hallway. So, when this happens, like, so what happens? Did your child leave the classroom? So exactly what happened there? Because if you're in the classroom, how is she then walking down the hallway? So explain to me that circumstance.
She's walking to her class at this time. So if you look at the video, you see other students walking, right? And she's walking to her class. So she's not the only person who's walking here, but for some reason the teacher zeroes in on her when she's walking. Obviously, you see their daughter, we're all African Americans here. She's a young black freshman student. The teacher, Ms. Livingston, is a white teacher, and she sees their child walking in the hallway along with other students, but she only stops our client here, puts her hands on her, demands that she stop, and she was minding her own business as she had a right to. She had a right to continue walking. She did not have to stop for the Pledge of Allegiance if she didn't want to.
So the video that we're seeing right now, Shavell, Fynale, so the Pledge of Allegiance is happening. So all of these students are walking?
Yes, it's early in the morning when school starts, and once school starts, they start with the morning announcements, and that is when they do the announcements and they do a moment of silence along with the Pledge of Allegiance. And at that time, that is when my daughter was walking down the hall going to class, and for some reason, I'm not sure why, this teacher decided to target my daughter. She was the only African-American child walking in that area. You can see other students are walking as well. She didn't make an effort to say, stop everyone. It seems like she just targeted my child only. And as you can see, she attacked my daughter, pushing her up against the wall. And in the video, you may not can hear the audio now, but my daughter was telling her, please don't put hands on me. And she continued to attack my daughter. And unfortunately, to this day, this teacher is still employed with this school district. I am not pleased with the police department in this area. Based off of this video, they indicate they did not see an assault or an attack occur. Unless you're turning a blind eye, there's no way you can say that this is not an assault. So at this point, we're very pleased with what is going on with this situation.
I'm just confused here. Why in the hell is she putting her hands on a student?
Yeah, we couldn't believe it. And then on top of that, they didn't even call me to tell me what happened. I got a call from my daughter, basically in tears, telling me that she'd been attacked by a teacher. So I immediately came up there to see what was going on. And the only thing they told us was that at this point it would be under investigation. However, a week later, I found out that this teacher was still at school working.
Yeah, there's really no reason for a teacher to put their hands on a student for exercising their First Amendment right. And on top of that, if this was a student who did,
hold on one second. Have y'all filed assault charges against the teacher?
Yes, I went to the police department as well as let the school officials know that I wanted charges pressed and I wanted her prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And I was advised by the police department that based off of their investigation, an assault did not occur. So to me, it seems that they did not properly investigate. I let the police department know there were witnesses as well, along with the video, and they still refuse to press charges at this point.
Wow. Tyler, you finished a comment there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying, if you take this same incident, you have two students, right? If you have a student put their hands on another student, they would immediately put the student in principal's office, call that student's parents. They probably would call law enforcement, and they may even arrest the child for putting their hands on another student and assaulting them in that manner. Now, in this situation with a teacher, unfortunately, they act like nothing happened. This was handled poorly, I believe, from the jump. Once it started, they even called the Barnwells. They didn't take it seriously. They don't believe an assault occurred. The police department declined to press charges as of today. And this lawsuit is really the only way for the Barnwells to receive some sort of justice and accountability. And thankful for your platform for giving this case, their daughter, and the parents a platform to tell their story. And hopefully some more justice and accountability will come out of this. But they're not stopping, as you see. They try to do everything. They talk to the school board. They talk to the principals. They talk to law enforcement before they even took the steps to file this lawsuit. But unfortunately, the school district and those involved did not take this seriously. And now they've had to take this in their own hands.
And I would also like to add to Mr. Tyler Bailey that when we went to the school, the principal said that he didn't condone the teacher the way that she handled it. He also said when my daughter went to her that the situation, he basically told her, why didn't you stop? Aren't you proud of your country? You know, and at that point, I feel like, you know, a call to me and my wife should have been done at that time. You know, we shouldn't have to hear from my daughter calling, letting us know what had just occurred, the attack that occurred on her that day. I feel like the school has done nothing to help with the situation. We've reached out to them, to the Lexington County School District. We couldn't talk to no one there. And basically, at this point, there's no resolve. They don't want to speak to anyone about the assault. And it's basically, they're basically standing on the attack on my daughter, saying, you know, that they didn't see an assault when you can clearly see that an assault took place. If you watch the video, you can see and you can hear the distress in her voice. Get your hands off of me. Get your hands off of me. And the teacher continued to hold on to her, and she didn't let her go. Like when she asked for her to get her hands off of her, she continued to hold on to her aggressively, pushing her to the wall. And then she also snatched her school ID from off of her and told her that we're going to the office. I feel like, you know, at this point, some accountability need to be held. The teacher need to be held accountable. And as my wife stated, we will hope that the school will do the right thing. And at this point, nothing has been done.
And I'd like to also say that we demand respect and accountability. At this point, the school has not even apologized to my daughter for this incident. They continue to act high and mighty as if nothing never occurred. And at this point, justice needs to be served by the school district as well as the police department. I'm not sure why or what we need to do to get charges pressed, and I'm not sure why this teacher would still be employed at this point.
That certainly makes absolutely no sense to me. Well, we certainly appreciate all three of you joining us. Let us know what happens next in this story. All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. When you talk about blackness and what happens in black culture, we're about covering these things that matter to us, speaking to our issues and concerns.
This is a genuine people-powered movement.
There's a lot of stuff that we're not getting. You get it, and you spread the word.
We wish to plead our own cause to long have others spoken for us. We cannot tell our own story if we can't pay for it. This is about covering us. Invest in black-owned media. Your dollars matter. We don't have to keep asking them to cover our stuff. So please support us in what we do, folks. We want to hit 2,000 people, $50 this month, raise $100,000. We're behind 100,000, so we want to hit that. Y'all money makes this possible. Checks and money orders go to P.O. Box 57196, Washington, D.C. 20037-0196. The Cash App is $RM Unfiltered. PayPal is R Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is RM Unfiltered. Zelle is Roland at RolandSMartin.com.